It's 10 trivia questions on all things Halloween. This is Trivia with Budds. What it be, and welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Budds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Budds. Thanks for checking out the show, and happy Halloween 2022. If you're listening in real time, I hope you have a great time trick-or-treating, drinking that apple cider, and getting scared from some scary movies. And if you're listening in the future or on a day that is not Halloween, I wish you well as well. We have a fun episode for you today with 10 or 11 questions on all things related to ghouls and goblins and songs and movies and stuff like that based around Halloween. And before we get to that, we have not things they teach you in school, but these are going to be just 4 fun facts that I found on a blog. This is the Pioneer Woman's website. If you know that celebrity known as the Pioneer Woman, there's some fun facts that I hadn't read before, so I thought I'd share 4 of those with you to open up the show. Here's the first thing. The world's heaviest jack-o'-lantern weighed 2,350 pounds. The pumpkin made its debut at the 47th Safeway World Championship Pumpkin Weigh-Off in Half Moon Bay, California on October 12th, 2020. And it wasn't your average jack-o'-lantern either. It featured an elaborate tiger design. There's your first fun fact. Here's the next one. In Ireland, Irish people originated there. In Ireland, where Halloween originated, people celebrated by setting off fireworks. They also eat barnbrack, a traditional fruitcake, and light bonfires to celebrate the holiday, according to Business Insider. Next one, Americans spend more than $100 on Halloween. In 2021, the National Retail Federation estimated that Americans would spend an average of $102.74 on Halloween-related items, including costumes, candy, and decorations. And let's see, we've got time for one more here in the intro. And in Germany, it's tradition for people to hide their knives on Halloween night. The goal is to prevent returning spirits from getting injured. Oh, I thought it was like to stop maniacs from murdering you. But it is to prevent spirits from getting injured with knives. That's kind of interesting. Just clumsy ghosts coming into your house in Germany, trying to dice some vegetables, and they're like, I cut off a finger. So there you have it. That is a little bit of fun fact action for you, and we've got one more about the word witch at the end of the show, so stick around for that. We're going to jump into these 11 questions on all things Halloween right now. Here we ghost. All right, it's Happy Halloween Trivia question 1. In what city did musician Warren Zevon encounter werewolves in his hit song? Number 1, in what city did musician Warren Zevon encounter werewolves in his hit song? Number 2, Michael Jackson's iconic video Thriller lasts over 13 minutes long and was released in what year? 1980, 1982, or 1984? Number 3, who wrote the music for the film Halloween, including its now famous theme? Question number 4, what Radiohead song starts with the line, "When you were here before"? What Radiohead song starts with the line, "When you were here before"? Number 5, from what country does the practice of decorating jack-o'-lanterns originate? From what country does the practice of decorating jack-o'-lanterns originate? Number 6, in It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, Linus faints after he mistakes the shadowy figure of blank for the titular ghoul. Who is the shadowy figure that Linus faints after seeing? Number 6. Number 7, which U.S. president's ghost is reported to be seen most frequently at the White House? Is it Abe Lincoln or JFK? 50-50 there. A lot of similarities between those two. If you've seen some of those lists, is it Abe Lincoln or JFK haunting the White House most often? Number 7. Number 8, in Mary Shelley's 1818 novel Frankenstein, what is Dr. Frankenstein's first name? What is Dr. Frankenstein's first name? Number 8. Question number 9. Dial M for blank is Alfred Hitchcock's only film shot in 3D. Dial M for blank is Alfred Hitchcock's only film shot in 3D. Number 10. What's the Steve Buscemi voiced villain's name in Monsters, Inc.? What is the Steve Buscemi voiced villain's name in Monsters, Inc.? And the bonus for 2 points. Which SNL alum played Vincent Price in the 2010s on the hit show Saturday Night Live? For 2 points, which SNL alum played Vincent Price in the 2010s on SNL? Happy Halloween, everybody. Go trick-or-treating, and when you come back, we'll go over the answers to this quiz. We are back with the answers to Halloween-related trivia. I have dressed up as Mario from Mario Kart this year. We got a inflatable Mario Kart costume that just goes over your shoulders, and I think it's for children. It says all sizes for children, but if it was any bigger, it'd be kind of hard to move around in it. So I wore it this past weekend, had a great time, and saw no other Mario Kart costumes, and a lot of kids came up to me and were like high-fiving. A lot of Marios and Luigis and Warios and Waluigis came up for high fives. It was very cool. One of my favorite costumes that we just kind of threw together. My wife got it at a bin store where they have just all these crazy bins full of like return products to Amazon. They're very popular down here in Northeast Tennessee. So she got it for like $3 over the summer. She's like, this could be fun for something. And lo and behold, it was. Tell me about your Halloween costumes on social media. Send me a message, a DM, or post something and tag me in it. Ryan Budds on Instagram or Trivia with Budds on Facebook. I would love to see listener costumes. That would be so cool. All right, here we go. Question 1. In what city did Warren Zevon encounter werewolves in his hit song, Ahoo, Werewolves of London? Number 2, Michael Jackson's iconic Thriller came out in 1982. I would have guessed 84, but it was 82 for Thriller. Showed my daughter Annabelle that for the first time. She said some kids were talking about it at school and said it was real scary. So she goes, can we watch it? And I go, yeah, you could watch Thriller. And she was scared at the beginning when he turns into the werewolf. I go, but just wait, they're just going to dance. And she's like, why would they dance? And I'm like, it's the power of the 80s. Number 3, who wrote the music for the film Halloween, including its now famous theme? John Carpenter from the first Halloween. He directed it. He wrote the music. He was a jack of all trades on that first movie or two. Number 4, what Radiohead song starts with the line, when you were here before? That's Creep, which is what I look like to strangers when I'm not in the Mario costume because I shaved my beard into a mustache. Sorry, mustache listeners. Unless you're like real hip looking or you're very clearly someone's older father that likes Blue Oyster Cult. If you just have a mustache, people do not look at you the same way, from my experience. If you smile at somebody in public with a mustache, like I kept forgetting I had one, and I would smile at people, they kind of give you like a nod back, like, all right, stop that. Stop smiling at me. So creep is the key word with a mustache. Number 5, from what country does the practice of decorating jack-o'-lanterns originate? Ireland. Ireland's Stingy Jack had a bargain with Satan, and he used a turnip to light his way. So originally, jack-o'-lanterns were carved out turnips, and of course, a little easier to do with a bigger pumpkin. Ireland. Number 6, in It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, Linus faints when he sees the shadow of Snoopy, thinking it's the Great Pumpkin, but it's Snoopy. Number 7, which U.S. president's ghost is reported to be seen most frequently at the White House? It's Abraham Lincoln. He will wrestle you in the White House. Big fan of wrestling. Abe Lincoln, he was a mark for tables, ladders, and chairs matches, if he ever got to see those. He was always wrestling people, I read. And his ghost all over that White House. Number 8, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Dr. Frankenstein, his first name is Victor, or Frankenstein, if you've seen Young Frankenstein. And it's Victor. And this is a fun bonus question. What is the name of his assistant in the 1931 movie Frankenstein? It's not Igor. Igor was created for Young Frankenstein, and people know that because of the popularity of that movie, but I think the name was Fritz in that movie, 1931, and in the original book had no assistant. So some fun facts for you. Number 9, Dial M for Murder is Alfred Hitchcock's only film shot in 3D, Murder. Number 10, what's Steve Buscemi's voiced villain's name in Monsters, Inc.? Randall. Just watched Steve Buscemi in a fun cameo where he robs Abby on Broad City, which I'm going through and watching for the second time. Very funny show on Hulu. If you want to watch them all And I've got just, I think, 6 episodes left of the final season, and that'll be my second go-through. But go watch Broad City and see him in a funny role. And an episode on Broad City coming out this Friday. I wrote questions based on the show. So if you like Broad City, listen this Friday. And the bonus for 2 points, which SNL alum played Vincent Price in the 2000s on the hit show that was legendary voice actor and comedian Bill Hader. So funny on Barry and on the show. And look up his Vincent Price sketches. They're great. That is it for today's episode. I hope you had a great time. I promised one extra fact about the Halloween spirit to close it out. So here it is, that last fact of the day. The word witch comes from an Old English word meaning wise woman. That's right. A lot of witches out there are just wise women, not looking to curse you. No need to burn them in Salem. They are wise women. And I think I'm married to one of the wisest. Thanks for listening. Thanks for telling a friend about this show. Thanks for having a happy Halloween. And we'll see you next time for more trivia with Buds. Cheers and chills.